Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Are the men ready for the Fieldcraft lecture, Wilson?
Oh, yes, they're falling in.
Right. March them over to the recreation ground, will you? I'll join you there later.
Right, yes.
Did you get the permission from the town clerk?
Oh, yes, but he would like us to keep away from the children's swings and the Donald Duck sandpit.
He'll soon change his tune when he hears the tramp of Nazi jackboots pounding over his bowling greens.
Yes. And by the sir, Jones and Pike are outside waiting for you to inspect their rifles again.
Here.
And also Fraser with his Lewis gun.
Yes, right. Wheel them in.
All right, sir, right. Would you kindly step this way, please?
Oh, Wilson, bark it out. Bark it out.
Right, now, would you kindly step this way, please?
Right.
About.
All right, Pike, come on, let's have a look at it.
I polished most of the marks off, Mr. Manning.
Oh, yes, that's very much better. Now, I want you to bear in mind, Pike, always, that this is a precision instrument. And I want you to promise me that you'll never again let your mother clean it with a bath brick. Right.
I promise.
Corporal. I'm surprised at you, Corporal, letting your rifle get into the state that this was in.
Yeah, sorry, sir. I cleaned it with some mutton cloth, you see, sir, and I think a little bit of mutton got left in it, sir.
There's no excuse for the bit of sausage skin that got stuck in the magazine. Right, go on.
Right, thanks, sir. I shan't take it in the shop no more, sir.
No, very wise.
Thanks, sir.
Fraser.
Well, thank goodness I know how to clean that thing again for 3 weeks.
That is not the right attitude to adopt. You should consider it an honour and a privilege to clean this Lewis gun.
If it was a privilege, we'd never get a look in. You and the sergeant would be doing it all the time.
Hello, hello. The butterfly spring seems to be missing from this, Fraser.
Eh?
Where is it?
Oh, so it is. I must have left it in my workshop.
Your workshop?
I took the gun home to clean up the bits on my polisher.
Now, look here, Fraser. In the first place, you've no business to take any equipment off these premises. In the second place, that gun is totally useless without the butterfly spring. If a Nazi stormtrooper came through that door now, you could do nothing with that but hit him with it.
I wish to speak, sir.
Yes?
If Fraser hit him with it, wouldn't half make his eyes water.
Yes, well, I'm not taking any chances on that. Samuelson, march the men down to the recreation ground, will you? And we shall be calling at Fraser's place on the way.
Oh, how nice.
This is my wee dancer.
Bring the gun in, Jones. We'll reassemble it here.
Sorry.
That's funny.
What's funny?
The box is gone.
What box?
The box I put the gun parts in.
Yes, now, look. Now, keep quite calm, Fraser, and tell me exactly what you did.
Well, I polished up the parts on this.
Yes.
I put them in the box here. I put the lid on the box to stop it getting dirty while I sanded down that box there.
Yes, what sort of a box was the one that was here?
Just a box, like this one here.
I'm not interested in that one there. I want to know what one was like here.
Well, it looked like this one here.
Good heavens.
What an extraordinary thing to collect.
I'm not collecting them. I'll make them.
I'm so sorry, Fraser. I had no idea.
It's a skill I have in my hands. I learned it as a wee boy.
Tell me you're a fisherman in the Hebrides.
Oh, that I was. But it's a wild and lonely place as the Isle of Mingley. You have to do everything for yourself.
Even this?
Aye, this, and dentistry. The one tool does guy wheel for both jobs.
The point is, where is it now?
Mr. Drury will have taken it.
Look, every second that gun is out of action, our homes are in jeopardy. Now, come on, round of Drury's place
Right,
at the double.
Yeah, right, sir, right, sir.
I'm so sorry. Mr. Drury will be round right away. Oh, please don't apologize, Mrs. Parkinson. There was no need to make a reservation. We are quite accustomed to dealing with these matters as they arise.
Good evening, Miss Baker.
Good evening. What brings you here?
I wish to see Mr. Drury on a matter of the utmost urgency.
Oh, dear, don't tell me it's poor Mr. Jones.
Yeah, I heard that.
Dear.
He always was a money-grubbing old cuss. I'll come when I called and not before.
All right, all right.
Well,
Excuse me, sir. I don't think you really need me here anymore, do you?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
What's the matter with you?
Nothing, sir. Nothing at all. I mean, why do you ask?
Well, shall we say you don't seem your usual laughing self?
Well, I think the whole situation is just a little bizarre.
I don't see why.
Well, I mean...
We come into a funeral parlour to ask the undertaker if we can look inside one of his coffins to find a spare part for the Lewis gun.
Yes. Well, I suppose it could happen to anyone.
Sorry, I can't stop. I can't
No, Mr. Drury, just a moment. Mr. Drury, get
All
out.
right. Walker! Follow that undertaker.
he was in a hurry, wasn't he?
Wait a minute, Jonesy. Miss Baker. Do you mind that Mr. Drury ordered a box from me on Wednesday?
I remember it quite distinctly.
Well, I'm not quite satisfied with the finish of it. Do you think I might just examine it, please?
Well, I'm afraid it's gone. It was for Mr. Horace Blewett.
Horace? Old Horace Blewett? He was only in my shop last Wednesday. I gave him 2 books worth of Best End and Neck.
And now he's passed away.
He never even had this week's ration.
I'd dear little like to pay my last respects, Mum. I think he'll be in the chapel of rest, eh?
No, he's still at home. You see, his brother wanted him to rest in peace tonight on the dining room table.
A beautiful thought. Well, Mum, I won't bother you any longer. Come on, Jonesy.
21 Marigold Avenue.
On the dining room table.
What?
Captain Manring, do you think you can excuse Jonesy and me from a Fieldcraft lecture? You see, I think we ought to go and maybe pay our last respects, sir.
Yes. All right, under the circumstances, you're excused.
You keep the brother talking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all right. Come on.
Perhaps you'll come through here, Mr. Jones.
In my calling, Mr. Blewett, I'm no stranger to sorrow, but if I'd known that this box was for my dear and trusted friend, tears would have mingled with the varnish.
I didn't think you knew him.
Oh, intimately?
Think of that, Sidney. He was only standing in my shop on Wednesday, and I served him with 2 books worth of Best End and Neck.
Yeah, he come home here, he put the shopping down on the table and unwrapped that very piece of meat that you just served him with.
You never know, do you?
No, you never do. And do you know what the very last words he said?
No, what were they?
He stood there where Mr. Fraser's standing now with the meat in his hand. Look at that, he says. All bloody bones. And the very next second he was gone.
Well, you've got to have a bit of bone with Best End and Neck, haven't you?
But it was all bone, there wasn't a scrap of meat.
If a sheep hadn't got any bones in its neck, its head would wallop about.
You've got to have some meat after all.
Yes, well, there was plenty of meat there.
There's plenty of gristle.
Ah, there was plenty of meat and all.
If there had been meat, poor old Horace would still be with us. It was the shock.
You're as good as saying I'd done him in.
No, I'm not. I'm only saying it was all bone and gristle.
That's done it. You've insulted me now, Sidney. I'm going. Come on, Jock.
By the way, Jonesy, by the way, I have a few more respects to pay.
Come along. I'm not staying here. I've been insulted. I'm not going to be insulted like that by Sidney.
You old fool! Do you not mind what we come for?
No, I don't mind. Oh, well, it's too late now anyway.
Yon man will have me shot at dawn.
Captain Rogers? Oh, Manring here. I was wondering what the position is regarding the... No, Captain Manring, Home Guard. I was wondering what the position is about Lewis Guns... Warmington-on-Sea, Home Guard. I was wondering what the position is about Lewis Gun Spares. What have you got in stock? What all? Oh. Rather what we expected, wasn't it? No, it's just a routine inquiry, that's fine. Thank you. Not a single nut.
Mr. Speaker, perhaps we can get this piece made by some skilled person, sir.
Look here, Walker, you've got a friend, haven't you, who's pretty good at metalwork?
Oh, what do you mean, Albert?
That's right, Albert, yes. Doesn't he make spare parts for things?
Yeah, but he's on holiday at the moment.
Oh.
When will he be back?
Yeah, well, he might be sometime. He was caught making a spare part for a safe.
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Frazee would like to apologise for having mislaid such a valuable piece of military equipment.
Yes, well, let it be a vital lesson to us all. For want of a nail, the shoe was lost. For want of a shoe, a horse was lost. For want of a horse, the battle was lost.
Hence the expression, keep your hair on.
Precisely. We're not going to be beaten. We're going to find a way around this. Now, I don't quite see what that's got to do with it, Joe.
Come to think of it, neither do I, sir.
Anyway, this gun has got to be put into action as quickly as possible. Now, Jones, get the rest of your section, and I'll outline the plan of campaign.
Very good, sir.
Right.
Pleasant as the morning and refreshing as the rain. Isn't it a pity that you're such a scatterbrain when you smile?
I know what part you've got to play.
Yes. I go to the end of the terrace, and if anybody approaches, I signal.
Right. Off you go.
What is the signal?
Make it a cuckoo whistle.
A cuckoo whistle?
Yes, a cuckoo whistle.
How do you do that, for heaven's sake?
It's perfectly simple.
Is it?
Cup your hands together, blow through your thumbs, like this. Here, hold this, I'll show you. Cup your hands together like that.
Yes.
Blow through there,
Yes.
makes noise like a cuckoo.
Oh, I see.
Blimey, if you two are cold, I can sell you a pair of gloves, 12 and a 6 a pair. Virgin wool, that's from the sheep that can run faster than...
all right. If you can't make a noise like a cuckoo, you better cough.
All right, yes.
Right, off you go.
Right.
You got the torch?
Yeah, oh, Wilson, son, the torch.
What is it?
Torch.
Well, you've got the torch. When you did all the signaling, you gave me that little flash.
I just gave you the torch, no? I gave you the torch when I was showing you how to make a noise like a cuckoo.
Not about it like this. I mean, don't give it to me. No, please. Upsets me, that kind of thing.
Go on, get on. Right, go to work.
Let's have a look.
Can you do it?
It's an open invitation.
Yeah. I'll hold the light while you work.
Yeah, look, hang on. Look, do you mind looking the other way? Because I promised the fellow that showed me how to do this that I wouldn't pass it on.
I see. Honour among thieves, eh?
No, he was a copper.
Well done.
Yeah, that's it.
Good. Now, Godfrey, you know what you've got to do?
Yes, I have to watch at the back. The light goes on in Mr. Blewett's room, and I have to sound the alarm.
Right, off you go. At the double. Off you go. Now, Pike.
I go straight to the bottom of the stairs and I keep Cavey there.
Right, off you go.
Shh. I thought William Powell did this once in a film called Raffles.
Oh, never mind that.
No, it wasn't. It was Errol Flynn.
As a matter of fact, it was Ronald Coleman. Now, get inside.
Lance Corporal Jones and Private...
Lance Corporal Jones and Private Fraser reporting for your flash.
Right. Do you know what to do?
Yes, I will hold the torch while Private Fraser does the looking, or if it be so necessary, I will do the lifting while Private Fraser does the ferreting.
Here, take the torch and
Yes,
go.
right, thank you, sir, thank you. Shh. Yeah, I was supposed to go first.
Why don't you wake up your ideas?
I was wake up enough not to drop that thing in the coffin and leave it there, wasn't I?
Shut your gub, you old brothers.
Mess about.
It's not my fault, it's Fraser's. Always...
Stop talking.
Last.
What was that?
I dropped the torch, sir.
Oh, pick it up.
I picked it up, sir.
Give me some of that. It's bust.
It's bust.
Shh.
Oh.
It's got
Excuse me, sir.
What the devil is it?
I'm sorry, sir. I just came back to explain that I wasn't actually signalling. I just had a rather nasty little tickle in the throat.
Back to your post.
Well, when I signal again, I'll just blow my nose, you see.
Yes, it's a very good idea.
So much simpler.
Go on, get off.
Where's the matches?
It's a lighter, 25 bob.
Ah, yes.
Special.
You nearly pushed my teeth down my throat then.
Ah, come on, stop blethering.
Over here. The candles. Right.
Thank you, sir.
That's right.
I don't like this, Mr. Fraser. I don't like it at all.
It's a wicked, wicked business.
Yes.
But it's got to be done, son.
Yes,
The captain will have to know about this. Captain.
Have you got it?
Bad news, sir.
What's the matter?
They've screwed him down.
Well, stop!
They've screwed him down, sir.
Excuse me, sir. It's all clear at the back. I wonder if you could spare me for a few minutes.
Certainly not. Look, we need a screwdriver.
Well, I normally carry one on me, but I flogged it to old Godfrey here to tighten up his roller skates.
We just have to improvise. Anybody got a knife?
Well, I have a fruit knife. I don't know if that would
Here,
help.
I'll hand it over. That'll do.
It's rather a nice one with a mother-of-pearl handle. My Aunt Lavinia gave it to me when I was 12.
Hold up. Hold up the candles, Jonesy.
I am holding them up.
Well, keep them steady, for God's sake.
They're taking far too long. Should have got that spring and we should have been away from here by now.
Sir,
Come on, what?
the blasted knife's broken half. It's no good.
Japanese rubbish. Go and get Pike's scout knife.
Aye, sir.
All right.
The knife's broken.
I know it.
Such a pity. I shall miss it so much on picnics.
Yes, get back to your post.
This your scout knife. What do you want it for? To unscrew the coffin.
I'm not having you do that with my knife.
Frank, don't be difficult. Don't be
Me
difficult.
mum will have a fit if she finds out.
Well, Jonesy, bring the candle over
Yes,
here.
I'm coming.
Come on, sir.
You stay there and keep guard. Go on.
It's working. It's working.
All right, all right. I'll hold it.
It's loose now.
Yeah, good, good, good.
This is it.
Right.
That's it.
All right, don't panic. Come on, quick. Coming, it's Mr. Blewett.
Yes.
Don't... What's that?
Blue's coming.
Mr. Mandarin, quick. Now, don't you panic, Mr. Mandarin. Don't panic.
come on.
All right. Don't panic, sir. Don't panic, sir.
Wait for me, you rotten lot.
Anyone there? Is there anyone there?
There's a knife come out the back. I think the gentleman... Oh, good evening.
It's awful. My poor old brother Horace has got a screw loose.
Oh, dear me, you know. They say there's one in most families.
Oh, why did my heart go boom?
Right, we're all here. Jones, Fraser, Walker. Where's Godfrey?
I think he had to run all the way home, sir.
Well, I suppose in the general confusion you still didn't manage to retrieve the spring.
No, sorry, sir. Sorry.
Well, tonight, no doubt, Goering will loose his deadly weapons on us again, and our machine gun is useless. A Junkers 88 could go up and down this promenade all night at 50 feet, picking us off one by one. we couldn't lift a finger to stop him.
We're not allowed to fire at enemy aircraft anyway.
That's not the point.
I'm very sorry, sir.
Yes, sir. Mr. Fraser, he's trying to say that he's very sorry, you see.
I've got a tongue in my head. I don't need you to speak for me.
Just let it be a lesson to all of us.
Yeah. For the want of a battle, the horse was nailed.
Here, listen, sir. Why don't we go back later and have another go?
We can't do that now. There's an air raid. Come on. Keep your post as quick as you can.
Will Mr. Fraser be court-martialed, sir?
It's quite a possibility.
Oh, what? The funeral's the warrant. What chance have I got finding it?
Yes, what chance indeed, Fraser.
Never you mind, Mr. Fraser. We've got Mr. Mandarin to look after us. He's our inspiration in time of need. I tell you what, even now I expect there's an ingenious plan forming in his brain.
I shall always
It seems a rather desperate thing to do, sir.
It may not be necessary. Fraser's been officiating at the funeral all the morning. He may have managed to retrieve the spring.
Well, how will we know?
He's going to signal to me.
Ah.
Here they come. Hand me those glasses. No, it's no good. Walker, Pike, put up that notice and don't let anybody in.
I'm sure there must be some law against this, sir.
Now keep your eye on me.
Right.
If they're reluctant to go, run over. Tell them that the bomb is ticking.
Yeah, then what do we do, sir?
And we wait until dark. Then it's up to Fraser. He's the one who'll get court-martialed.
Dear Uncle, there is a law against grave robbery. It's called habeas corpus.
Oh, thank you.
Today I feel so happy, so happy. I don't know why I'm happy. I only know I am. I've got those horses, therefore. I go out for therefore I am like a lamb. Now I'm walking on air, never a care. Something is me. La-la-la-la, la-la-la-la. I said the bird in spring. Today I feel so happy, so I don't know why I'm happy. I only know I
Well, do what the captain said, and I might well see you tonight.
Oh, working on next Sunday's sermon, sir?
Just making a few notes. Where are you off to with that spade, Mr. Yateman?
St. Matthew's Church.
Have they disposed of the bomb?
Well, I'm going whether they have or not, sir. I couldn't sleep tonight unless I'd done something about poor old Mr. Blewett. He needs filling in.
I'm sure it could wait until tomorrow.
But it might rain, sir, and that would be an abomination in the sight of the Lord.
I can't help feeling it'd be rather more of an abomination if you were blown all over the churchyard.
Don't you worry, sir. I'll be all right.
Well, go if you must. I must say you're a much braver man than I am, Mr. Yateman.
Well, there's all sorts of courage, sir. I don't know how you have the nerve to get up and give those sermons every Sunday.
I'm not going down there, and that's that.
I'm sorry to hear that, son. I'd go down myself when my shoulder's playing up. I was dependent on you. You're young and strong.
I'm not strong. I ain't got no muscles. You feel no muscles at all.
I'm too potty to go down there. Guess Mr. Walker would oblige.
Yeah, Joe, you're always telling us you've got muscles.
Oh, yeah, I know I've got muscles, mate. I ain't got no guts, though. Oh, God, that's me. Hey, Jonesy, you'll volunteer, won't you?
What, to go down there?
Yeah.
You'll not do it. He never volunteers unless Captain Mandarin's watching.
That's a very hurtful thing to say. I'm not a bit like that. Very well, I will volunteer to do this grisly thing.
Aye. Tell Captain Mandarin after.
Listen, if it wasn't for my age, I'd punch your head in. As it is, I'm giving you formal notice I shall not honour your meat coupons.
Hey, listen, don't stand here arguing all night. Here, take the screwdriver. Down you get, Jonesy. Give him an hand, Pikey. Come on, down you get, son. Come on.
All right.
Hang on to me so I don't get...
Don't worry. You wait.
Hold on. What do you care?
Well, I take back what I said. You're doing this for me. I had no call to insult you, son.
All right, I accept your apology.
Jonesy. Hey, mate, here's a shovel.
All right.
I think someone's approaching.
Hey, blimey, he's right. I can see him. Get him out.
Come
on. Let him go. It's too late. Jonesy, listen, you stay down there, and we'll go and hide behind the gravestones till he's gone. Stay there, mate.
I assure you, Verger, that none of my men would be a party to such a childish prank. And I speak not only as their commanding officer, but as a lifelong student of human nature.
But I recognise them running off. There was that tall, rude Scots one, the mummy's boy, Grandad, and the clever Dick one.
I tell you that they've been in the hall all night doing weapon maintenance.
All right, then. Send for them.
All right. Godfrey? Pike? Fraser? Who was the other one?
The clever Dick one.
And Walker. Come in here quickly. You satisfied, Verger?
Why are they all out of breath?
We've been doing PT. Aye. Press-ups.
What? He's been doing press-ups?
Little tiny weeny ones.
There's something very fishy to me. And I think there's another one as well. Yes, there was another one as well, down below.
I've had an unearthly experience.
What did I say?
You're very late, Corporal Jones. Where have you been?
I've been digging for victory, sir.
Your Honour's been digging for victory.
Who digs for victory at night?
I do.
There's evil doings afoot and the vicar must be informed. I wouldn't be surprised if you find yourselves embroiled with the bishop.
Well, I hope you're all satisfied with our night's work.
You know, sir, I felt all along it was going to end up like this.
Fraser?
Aye.
I explained to you what you were undertaking when you went into this venture. It was quite out of the question that I could join in such a harebrained scheme. And now you've been found out, I'm afraid you're going to have to take the consequences. Grave robbing is a very serious matter.
I don't think it's any more serious than housebreaking.
Oh, never mind that. You realise, of course, that I'm going to have to report this to GHQ, and you're going to get into trouble for putting a Lewis gun out of action.
Oh, don't look so miserable, Fraser. Here, I'll have a fag, mate.
Oh, thank you, Joe.
There you go. Have a fag, son.
2468, please.
I said it would happen, you know, sir.
Oh, do be quiet, please.
Oh, anyone got a light? Oh, I have got one, Joe. Here.
Captain Mannering here. Can I speak to Captain Rogers, please? Mannering. Warmington-on-Sea Home Guard, yes.
Look! Blimey, the butterfly spring!
It must have been in my pocket the whole time.
Really? Fraser, it's very careless of you.
Captain Rogers, I've got something rather serious to report. One of my men has Deal with that, Wilson.
What? I don't quite understand. Have you an account with us, sir?
kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Platoon, stand at ease. Attend. Right.
Try and do it with the others, Jonesy.
Sorry, Sergeant, sorry.
Thank you, Wilson.
Right, sir.
Stand at ease.
I know what's happening, sir. You see, you're that end of the line, and your voice of command takes time to travel through the air.
Yes, well, something like that.
Perhaps if you were to nod your head, sir, he might catch on a bit quicker.
Yes, sir. If you nod your head, you'll not find me wanting.
Oh, no, you can't get involved in all that stuff. Now, pay attention. Yeah. What's the matter, Jones?
Well, you nodded, so I sprung to it, sir.
We're not doing that now. Now, I've been approached by some of the women folk. What is it now?
Well, I was standing to attention, so I eased myself, sir.
I've been approached by some of the women folk who want to join us in our fight against the common foe, or making the tea and the cocoa, etc.
Buttons!
I beg your pardon?
Buttons. Buttons, sir. They could sew on buttons.
Precisely. Yes, that's a very good point, Fraser. Make a note of that, Wilson, would you?
Yes, I will, sir.
That's a very good point. Jones!
Yes, sir, Oh, we're not doing the nodding now, are we? Sorry, sir.
Suppose there will come a time when he'll have to go.
Yeah.
There's a new girl at the sweet shop. She's ever so obliging.
Really? Well, that sounds like the sort of girl we want.
That's right. Comforts for the troops.
All right, Walker, that'll do. Don't say any of that sort of talk here.
Sir, there's a lassie who works for the Gas, Light and Coke Company. She's a sonsy girl with big, strong thighs that...
Yeah, you're right. They're very strong when they got strong thighs.
Don't I know it, yes.
Anyway, bring them along tomorrow night. We only need a handful, and with proper training, they'll release us, the frontline fighting troops, to grapple with the enemy.
I don't think Jonesy and Fraser will have much energy left after grappling with those big, strong thighs.
All right. Can't tell you again.
Rabbit, run, rabbit, run, run, run. Run, rabbit, run.
Hello, Wilson.
Here, sir.
How goes the recruiting?
Oh, very well, sir. The men have brought along quite a few, you know, sir.
Right, let's bash on. Bring them in.
Yes, well, we'll find out who's first, sir. Right, now, Ready?
Sergeant Wilson, this is Mrs. Fox. This is Sergeant Wilson.
Mrs.
How
Fox,
do you do?
How do you do? Would you care to step this way?
Oh, tar, ever so.
Yeah. What a very humid day it's been, hasn't it?
Oh, yes, it has.
It has, hasn't it? Yes, you do look so wonderfully cool. Yes, of course you do. Wonderful.
you.
Yes, you do. You really do. This is Mrs. Fox, sir.
How do you do, Mrs. Fox?
Oh, nicely, thank you.
Mrs. Fox is one of my most regular customers, sir, and I'm sure she'll give complete satisfaction, sir.
Mrs. Fox, how terribly rude of me. Now, please, do sit down here on this chair. Do make yourself comfortable. That's it. Now, is there any little thing I could possibly do for you? Now, would you like a cup of tea or something like that?
I don't think
Wilson,
so.
Well, we just simply, the devil's on. You know, there's no problem.
Wilson, just a minute. I'd like a word with you outside. Excuse us, Mrs. Fox.
Right. Yes?
Okay, Wilson.
Yes.
I know you fancy yourself as a ladies' man.
What?
But those women are going to be subjected to the same discipline as the men. So let's start as we mean to go on.
Well, at least we can be polite to them, sir.
I
can't
quite
we?
agree with you. But we don't need all this Jack Buchanan stuff. Now, let's stick to the matter in hand, shall we?
All right, then. As you say, sir.
Right, well, come on, let's get back.
All right.
Sorry about that, Mrs. Fox. Now, the name was Fox.
Yes.
What's the Christian name?
Marcia.
Marcia.
What a pretty name.
Do you really think so?
Yes, I do. It's one of my favorites. I really do love that name.
Wilson.
Sorry.
Oh, Mr. Mannering, here's my address. I've put my age on the bottom.
Oh.
I was just telling Mr. Mannering, I've put my age on the bottom.
Occupation?
Widow.
Is that an occupation?
In Mrs. Fox's case, I would say it was almost a calling.
Mrs. Fox, would you like to join us?
I didn't know you'd come apart.
Very funny, Mrs. Fox. Very funny. What do you think, sir? A very funny joke, wasn't it?
I'll take that as an affirmative answer. Thank you, Mrs. Fox.
Oh, thanks ever so much, Mr. Mannering.
Let me show you out, Mrs. Fox. This way.
Thank
There we
you.
are.
Thank you.
Mrs. Fox has got a very dry wit, hasn't she, sir?
Got a what?
Got a dry wit, you know, the way she comes out with the jokes and, you know.
This is the young lady I was telling you about, Sir Ivy Samways.
Oh, yes, Ivy Samways.
Yes, I think she's the one apparently, sir, who is so awfully obliging.
Yes, thank you very much, Wilson. Now, Miss Jones, you needn't stay.
Right, thank you, sir.
Now then, Miss Samways, you're a shop assistant, aren't you? No, get out, Jones. You're a shop assistant, aren't you? What's your address?
27 Jutland Drive.
Beg pardon?
27 Jutland Drive.
I'm sorry, I still didn't quite catch that.
27 Jutland Drive.
Oh, Jutland Drive. Yes, what number?
27.
27. Now then, Miss Samways, I wonder what sort of a task we can find for you.
Answering the telephone, do you think, sir?
You're trying my patience rather far today, Wilson.
I suppose you might be awfully good at perhaps looking after the secret file or something like that, sir.
That's all, thank you, Miss Samways.
Thank you.
What's up?
Yeah.
The lassie from the Gas Light and Co Company can't be here tonight, sir, but I've asked her, and she's very keen to join. She's just a sort we need, sir, a fine, firm-bodied lassie. Saucy, you understand, with big, strong thighs.
Yes, all right, Fraser, but bring her along tomorrow.
I'll do that, sir.
This is a friend of mine, Mr. Mannering, Edith Parrish.
Parrish? Have you an occupation, Miss Parrish?
Yes, I'm an usherette.
That's right, down at the Tivoli Cinema. You know, they're the ones with the torches.
Oh, then you must see a lot of pictures.
Oh, yes. I see a lot of other things and all.
Now, where do you live, Miss Parrish?
Down Berwick Road, 35.
Berwick Road.
Yes. I live with my dad. He's 6'3", so don't you go getting any ideas.
That will be all, I think. Thank you, Miss Parrish.
Yeah, right, well, I'll see that she comes round tomorrow. You shouldn't have said that.
I don't think that's the class of girl we want here at all, Wilson.
No, sir, possibly not, sir, no.
Any more?
No, I think that's it, sir, yes.
Right, we'll send the men home. They had rather a late night last night, and I'll
Right,
see if
sir.
I can sort some of this out.
All right, sir, very well. All right, well, thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen.
Come in.
Captain Mannering?
Yes?
Oh, I heard you were needing women helpers for the Home Guard. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes, that is quite correct. Do take a seat, please.
Oh, thank you. I've been told all about this platoon from its very beginning. I think you've done a wonderful job.
Well, we're trying to do our best for old England in her hour of need.
Well, I'd love to help, just to feel that I was doing something.
Oh, good. Your face is vaguely familiar. You a member of the golf club?
No, I've not been in Wilmington long. I brought my mother down from London because of the bombing.
I see.
I'd love to have stayed. Not that there was very much I could have done, but just being there would have shown that wretched little Hitler we're not going to give in.
Why, Joe? That's the sort of talk I like to hear. What name?
Gray.
Gray. The Christian name?
Fiona.
Fiona. A pretty name.
Oh. You think so?
Yes, it's always been one of my favourites.
Oh, thank you.
Have you an occupation?
Well, widow, I suppose, if you can call that an occupation.
Oh, I think in your case, Mrs. Gray, it's almost a... widow. And the address?
31 Wilton Gardens.
Oh, you're in Wilton Gardens, are you? That's quite close to us.
Yes, I know. I see you go to the bank every morning.
You really?
And how wonderfully punctual you are. We thought you were 3 minutes late the other day.
Was I?
No, the clock was wrong.
Ah, yes. Well, of course, in my position, I have to set an example to the youngsters.
Oh, I do agree. All the old standards are declining so rapidly.
Oh, they are. They are indeed.
Yes, well, I mustn't keep you.
Well, shall we say tomorrow night? We usually parade at 7 o'clock.
I can't wait to start. At the moment, my life consists of morning coffee in Anne's pantry and making the dahlias grow.
Oh, I love dahlias.
Do you really? Do you grow them too?
Unfortunately, no. No, my wife says that they encourage the earwigs.
Oh, what a shame. She's quite right, of course. Captain Mannering, may I ask you something awfully personal?
Yes?
Do you always wear glasses?
Yes, I always have.
Would you take them off for a moment? Oh, that's so much better. Do you know, I think spectacles... Well, they take away the warmth in a person's eyes. Just as a fire guard takes away so much of the heat.
I suppose they do. I never thought of it that way.
Oh, sir. You still here, I see?
Yes, this is a new recruit, Mrs. Fiona Graham.
Fiona? Oh. What a pretty name.
Yes, I think I'll go over the details. Shall we say tomorrow night then, Mrs. Graham?
I can't wait to start. Goodbye.
Bye, Mrs. Graham. Bye.
Now, there's a charming woman.
Yes, oh, I'm sure she is, sir. Yes, yes.
Oh, yes, that's exactly the sort of material we're looking for.
Yes, well, of course, you're always a pretty good judge of that sort of thing, usually, aren't you? Anyway, it'll be most interesting to see how they all shape up, won't it?
Oh, no, it isn't the spring. It's love in bloom.
With you in a moment. Broken your glasses or something?
No, certainly not. No. Just took them off for a moment. Right. Let's go and get on with it, shall we?
Right, sir. Down. Attention!
Welcome, ladies.
Good evening, Mr. Mannering.
I thought that today I would just teach you the simple rudiments of foot drill, so that we can all turn out as a disciplined body of men and women. Now, first of all, the at-ease position. Now, to stand at ease properly, you have the feet comfortably parred, about 18 inches. And you place the right hand over the left, just over your bottom, in the small of the back there. You all got that?
Yes, thank you. Lot of red tape nonsense.
Talking in the ranks, Mum.
Right. No talking in the ranks. Now, to stand to attention from this position, you place the weight on the right foot, raise the left. I'm doing this in slow motion, you understand? Then bring it up to the... right foot. Yes, just go on. Bring it up to the right foot. So. Now, here comes the tricky bit. At the same time, you put the hands down by the sides, with the thumbs in line with the seams of the trousers. Thus.
Mr. Speaker.
Yeah.
These ladies are not wearing trousers, sir. If they're ladies, you see, they...
Well, perhaps they could put their thumbs down the side of their knickers.
Go and stand over there. You'll take no further part in this parade.
Well, you say nothing, did I?
Right, now let's try that, shall we? Give the orders, Sergeant.
Right, turn, 10, shut!
No, that was very sloppy. Not you, Mrs. Gray, that was very good. Now, I want you to stand upright. Stomach in, chest out.
Not you, Mrs. Fox, that's very good.
Stand at ease. 10, hand.
Captain Mannering, may I point out that Miss Ironside here is doing it very, very well. Her legs are coming together with a firm, strong action. Just you listen, sir.
Thank you, Fraser. hadn't noticed that girl's got very big thighs, had you?
Well, no, there's a little bit on the long side, I would say. That's all, really.
Yeah. All right, now, everybody stand to attention. We come now to the left and right turn. Now, to turn right, you swivel on the right heel and the left toe. Thus. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Walker! Walker! Now you brace the thigh on the rear leg as you go.
That's right, lasses. Brace them thighs. I like to see them well braced.
And you lift the left leg and bring the foot into the right one, thus.
Blimey, what a way to win a war.
The captain knows best, you know. You ought to listen to what he's saying.
Godfrey, look to your front. Stop staring at the ladies.
Yeah, quite right. He's woman mad, he is. Woman mad.
Walker! If there's any more from you, you'll be sent home. Right. Now, everybody face the front. Attention. Hut! Very good, Mrs. Gray. Left turn.
There seems to be some confusion as to which is which.
Yes, I know, I know.
It's the same as in the American Civil War. You know, that war they had over in America, sir. They had a similar trouble because all the soldiers they got in it, they were rough country yokels, and most of them didn't know their from their elbow, you see. They got a very ingenious idea. They tied a bit of straw to one boot, sir, and a bit of hay to the other boot, sir. And when the commanding man wanted to turn left, he shouted, "Hay turn!" Or alternatively, straw turn, depending on whether the straw was on the left foot or the hay was on the other foot. But they had to get themselves organised, so all the men had to have either the straw on the left foot or... Is that any use to you, sir?
Here, I think that's a good idea, sir. Then you can come in and say, "Good evening, ladies. What nice drawers you're wearing."
That's it! Get off home!
I haven't said nothing.
I'm not arguing with you. That's an order.
Good morning, Captain Henry.
Oh, good morning. What a surprise. Won't you join me?
Oh, thank you. I haven't seen you in here before.
Oh, I get in from time to time, you know, when I can get my nose away from the grindstone.
Yes, please.
Oh, thank you. Oh, no, I don't want any of that, thank you. I beg your pardon.
Oh, no, thank you. Just coffee for me as usual, please.
Oh, what a good idea, yes. Just coffee, please. They used to do some wonderful Devonshire teas here, you know.
Oh, with jam and cream.
Oh, yes, that's right. I remember just after the First World War, another chap and I borrowed a flivver and took a spin out here to Anne's Pantry just for the sake of the Devonshire teas. I got the rough end of my governor's tongue when I got back, I can tell you. He thought I'd toddle off with a bit of fluff.
It was all harmless fun in those days.
Yes, of course it was. Mind you, we used to set the pace now and again, you know.
Do you know, your whole face lights up when you laugh. I think you're really a very jolly person at heart.
Oh, yes, I suppose I am, really. Not that a bank manager gets much time, you know, for joking and jesting. Ah.
Separate bills?
Oh, yes, please.
Oh, no, please. Have this with me.
Good morning, Captain Henry.
Hmm? Godfrey, is it?
Have to see you here before, sir.
Oh, I come in from time to time.
I'm just on my way to the clinic. Oh, dear me, have you mislaid your glasses?
No, I'm just resting my eyes a little.
If you'll excuse me.
Charming man, that. One of my most loyal soldiers.
Oh, I think they're a wonderful band of men.
Hello, Captain Mannering. I haven't seen you here before.
Oh, I come in from time to time.
Here, listen, if you've bust your specs, I know a fellow with 500 friends. How are you?
I haven't broken them.
Oh. Here, listen, you haven't seen me. I'm delivering some of the sweet stuff, you savvy?
Some sugar?
Yes, Stash. You haven't seen me. Oh, by the way, I haven't seen you either. You know what I mean? Don't worry.
Heart of gold, that man. Do anything to you, for you. Whereabouts in London do you live?
Oh, just near Regent's Park. Of course, it was hopeless for Mother. They had the ack-ack guns there. Oh, dear. That was careless talk.
Oh, don't worry. Any secret is safe with me.
Oh, morning, Mr. Mannering. Don't often see you in here.
Oh, I come in from time to... Oh, never mind.
I'll join you in a minute. There's Mrs. Prosser, there's Captain Mannering.
How do you do? Mrs. Gray.
How do you do?
Mrs. Prosser's a very good friend of mine, but there's nothing in it.
I see.
Don't tell Mrs. Fox so, will you? Honey, I give her pieces for her cat, and on her part, she keeps me company from time to time.
Yeah. Thank you, Jones.
Thank you.
I'm sorry about all these interruptions. I had looked forward to a nice cup of coffee and a quiet chat.
So had I.
I must confess that I came in here quite deliberately on the off chance of seeing you.
You know, I rather hoped you would.
Pike? What do you want?
Mr. Wilson says he's sorry to spoil your tete-a-tete, but the bank inspectors are here, and would you come at once, please?
Yes. Thank you, Pike. I'm afraid I have to dash away. I'm sorry. Perhaps we could meet again very soon.
Oh, I'd like that.
Anyway, I shall see you on parade tonight.
Oh, yes, of course. I
Yes.
shall look forward to it.
Sorry, I have to go.
2 coffees. That would be 8pence, please.
All I'm saying is that Mannering's making an absolute perfect fool of himself. That's the only way of putting it.
Well, they come twice last week to see 40 of the mothers with Eddie Cantor. Then they come again last night to see Shipyard Sally with Gracie Fields.
They have coffee together every morning together.
I haven't seen them.
Well, they go to the Dutch oven now. I have to go and fetch him if there's anything important at the bank.
Yes, absolutely. I tell you, he's making he'll ruin himself. Somebody ought to tell him.
Hello, Wilson. Must be nearly time for parade, isn't it?
What? Yes, it is. Just a few minutes' time, so yes.
Good. I've got a rather important announcement to make to the ladies' section.
Oh, yes. The ladies' section, yes. I've been meaning to have a word with you about that, sir, sometime.
Oh, yes?
Yes. I know it's none of my business, sir, but I mean, unless I say something about it, I mean, who will?
Look here, Wilson.
Yes.
If you've got something to say, stop shuffling about from one foot to the other and cough it out. You in some sort of trouble?
What? Oh, no. No, sir, no, not at all. Good Lord, no. No, it's just with the ladies' section, sir. Do you think it's just possible that some of us might possibly be making tiny little fools of ourselves?
Ah, I see. Well, thank you for your frankness, Wilson.
Right.
Can't have been easy for you to speak to me on so delicate a matter.
No, sir, no. I thought I'd just better do it for the best, you know.
I'm not insensitive to what people are saying, Wilson.
Oh, no, of course not, sir. No.
And I'm therefore going to disband the ladies' section, with the exception of a few special helpers.
Oh, I see, sir. Yes. Right.
All right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that should settle your problem. And keep Mrs. Pike out of your hair. Everybody here, Corporal?
All present and correct, sir, except Mrs. Gray.
Mrs. Gray not here? How strange. Perhaps she's feeling a bit under the weather.
Favoritism.
Ivy says she thinks she's all right because she saw her going to the station with 2 heavy suitcases.
To the station?
Yeah, about 10 minutes ago.
You saw Mrs. Gray go to the station with 2 suitcases 10 minutes ago?
But there's only one train now, and that's the 8:40 to London.
Take the parade, Wilson.
Huh? Yeah. Would you like me to make the announcement, sir? Oh, good Lord.
Not too strong, please.
Not much chance of that, dear. Anything else?
No, thank you.
Just tuppence, then.
What's this? What's happened?
Nothing's happened. I'm just going back to London, that's all.
For how long?
I don't know. A month or 2. Perhaps for good.
But you never mentioned it. You never even hinted at it.
I just thought it would be for the best.
But I don't want you to go. The whole pattern of my life has changed. I just live from one meeting to the next.
I know. And I'm just the same, but it's the only thing to do. People are talking.
People always talk. Who cares about that?
But there's your wife.
Nobody will talk to her. Hasn't left the house since Munich.
Be sensible, George. You can't afford scandal and tittle-tattle.
I tell you, I don't care.
But there's the bank.
Damn the bloody bank. I'm sorry. Look, don't get that train.
George, I must.
I implore you, don't get that train. Look, we'll meet once a week.
George, you're making this very difficult for me, but I've made up my mind. It's the only way.
Victoria! Victoria!
There's my train.
Look, Fiona, I've never begged anything from anybody in my life, but I'm begging you not to go.
Finish with this chair, sir.
Yes, take the damn thing.
I only ask.
I'm sorry, George.
I'll take that. It's heavy. Can't we talk about this? Go tomorrow.
Walmington on Sea, Victoria train.
Wait for this lady, will it?
Hurry along now, hurry along, please.
Here, I'll do that.
Hurry up, or you'll be coming to London, too.
Where can I get in touch with you?
You won't be able to.
Will you write, won't you?
I don't know. After a little while, perhaps.
Stand clear, sir. And pull those blinds down.
Promise you'll write.
Very well. I promise.
Make it soon.
Goodbye, George.
kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Welcome to Warmington-on-Sea. Blimey, what a dump. You know, I joined the Navy to see the world. I didn't expect to get stuck on the end of a ruddy pier.
I don't know what you're grumbling at, mate. You got on for nothing, didn't you? Before the war, you'd have had to pay a penny. What's the time, mate?
4 o'clock.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Another 2 hours and it'll be Ted-Art to sunny Warmington-on-Sea for good.
Yeah. I wonder who'll be doing this rotten job every night when we've gone.
What, there's a new detachment of Matlows due in a week's time?
Well, in that case, someone had better send a telegram to Hitler telling him not to invade for the next few days. Because there won't be anybody here to stop him.
Oh, yes, there will, mate. The PO said the Home Guard are taking over for the week.
The Home Guard? Blimey. God help poor old England.
Now, before we move off, I'll just go through the details once more.
Oh, Lord, not again.
What'd you say, Sergeant?
I'm sorry, sir. I beg your pardon. Sorry.
Now, we've been entrusted with the highly responsible task of manning the machine gun post at the end of the pier here for the next 4 nights. Now, you will observe that the pier has been blown up in the middle here. Now, that's to stop the enemy from landing troops there. Now, I'm sure you'll agree with me that we shall need a boat to get us from this point of the pier here to this end of the pier here.
Here.
Now, we have a dinghy, but unfortunately, it will only hold 3 people at a time. So we shall have to make several trips. We shall also need somebody to row the boat.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I'd like to volunteer to row the boat from that end of the pier to that end of the pier, sir.
Yes, but I think it should be somebody who's more used to it.
No, please, let me do it.
Corporal,
Let me do it,
down,
sir.
sit down. Fraser, you were in the Navy. You can row the boat.
Aye, sir.
Now, the plan is this. We shall all proceed to the end of the pier here, and we shall embark from these steps here. Now, you, Fraser, will take Samuels and myself over first. Then you will row back and pick up Walker and Jones, take them across. Then you'll row back and pick up Pike and Godfrey, row them across, and then...
Row back and pick up yourself.
I shan't tell you. Now, let's just do a check-up on what food we have, because we're going to be stuck out on the end of the pier all night.
Mr. Speaker, sir.
Yes?
I have prepared 3 pounds of savoury sausages and I cooked them dinner time.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And I have the mustard, sir. English, French, or German, whichever you prefer.
Oh, I think we just take the English and the French. You got?
Made a nice fruit cake.
Splendid.
And I brought some apples and tomatoes from my garden, sir.
Yeah, I've got a bottle of whiskey, sir.
Hey,
Don't worry, it's on the house.
Oh, well, whatever else happens, we shan't starve, shall we, Wilson?
No, that sounds positively a gastronomic orgy.
Yes. It does indeed. What have you brought?
Well, I've got a quarter of a pint of acid drops, you see. Well,
Really?
Yes.
I'd never have guessed. Right, well, I think that's all. There's only... Pike. You must not wear a coloured scarf with your uniform. How many times do I have to tell you? Take that off at once.
Oh, my mum says I mustn't take it off. I get croup.
Croup? Chickens get that, don't they?
Yes, that's right. Yes. Well, he gets it as well.
Really? Yeah. Extraordinary. Perhaps you should bring some eggs.
Very nice little joke, sir. Very good. Yeah.
Right, now then, come along. Let's move off as quickly as we can. I want to get settled down on the end of the pier before darkness sets in.
Very good, sir.
Come on.
Yes.
Now, men, I want you to pay very careful attention to the way I get into the boat. Don't want anyone to fall in the water. You understand? Right. I will observe that I keep 1 foot on the ladder, here, and 1 hand on the post, here. The other foot is in the boat, thus. Turn it down, please. Turn the boat down.
I wish you'd make up your mind what way you want to get in the boat.
Keep the boat still, Fraser.
Keep it as still as I can.
out of my face.
Oi, oi, oi. Pay very careful attention to Mr. Mannering getting into the boat. We don't want anyone to fall in the water, do we?
Move over, Fraser. I can't get in.
How can I move over? I'm the one who's supposed to be doing the rowing. Yeah! Oh, you kicked me in the stomach, you stupid Sassenach.
How dare you speak to me like this? Take this man's name, Wilson. Right.
Come in, number 27.
Walker. Walker. Report to me in the amusement arcade.
Come on, sir. Here we are. Just a bit more, sir. That's it. That's well done. There you are, sir. Well done.
Right, thank you, Wilson. Right, go back for the others now, Fraser. And get them in the boat properly this time.
Ah! Come on, there, you slanty governor, and get ya!
What did he say?
I have no idea, sir. I think it must have been in Gaelic.
Whoever it was in, it sounded very rude.
Very nasty indeed. And unpleasant, I think.
Ah. Oh, well. This is all right, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's absolutely delightful.
Ah. Now we'll set up the machine gun out here.
Right, oh, yes, right.
And we'll take it in turns to go on watch.
Right, sir.
Good. Oh, I say. Hammock here. Good. I'll take that.
Oh, no, really, sir.
What's the matter?
Well, I really must protest, sir. Just because you're the officer, you don't have to take the hammock. I mean, you don't even say, may I take the hammock? Or even, do you mind if I take the hammock? You just strut over there, put your hand up and say, I'm taking that. I mean, it's just the sort of behavior I cannot stand.
I'm very sorry, Wilson. Perhaps it was a little unthinking of me, a little undemocratic. But you know that I'm the last person in the world to take advantage of my position.
Oh, really, sir?
We shall take it in turns, of course.
Thank you.
But I shall use it first. Walker. Good crossing.
Well, sea's getting a bit choppy, sir.
Yes.
Would you mind if I sit down for a minute, sir? I feel a little queer.
Oh, right, set the gun up outside. Go on, Walker. Out on the sandbag. And see that it's covered up. Don't want the salt air to get at it. Hitler kicks off tonight. We shall be in the thick of it. Matter of fact, I wish he would have a go. I'm spoiling for a fight.
Are you really, sir?
Hello, the hammock looks cosy. Who's going to have that?
We're taking it in turns.
Captain Mannering is going first.
Is he? Yeah. I am surprised.
Put the blackouts up.
Right.
And you, Sergeant.
All right, sir.
Hello, sir. Captain Mannering reporting. Yes, we've taken up our positions. We're ready for anything that Hitler can throw at us tonight. Yes. No. Snug as a bug in a rug here, yes. And I can assure you, sir, that if Jerry does get past us, it'll be over our dead bodies. Thank you very much, sir. Goodbye. That's the sort of fighting talk they like at GHQ, you know, Wilson.
Here we are, sir. Fraser and I are here, and young Pike, he's tying up the boat avast.
Listen! What's that sound?
It's the wind and the girders.
Aye, that's what you'd call it. But there's somebody like myself that's been spent his entire life at sea. Cry of ancient mariners, lost in the deep. There it is again. Can you not hear the tormented cries for help? I did that speech at the Drama Society's production of Light. That was the best thing, innit?
I'm very glad we didn't go to see it.
Tie your boat up, Mr. Mannering.
Right, splendid. Now gather round. I'll give you your orders for the night. Now, we're on duty here until 6:30 in the morning. The time now is 5 minutes to 2100 hours.
No, sir, no. It's 20:55, sir.
Yes, well, that's what the time is.
Yes.
Now, I've worked out a rota, and it works out at an hour and a half's guard duty for each man. Now, you better take the first trick, Godfrey. That'll be from 2100 to 2230. Corporal Jones, 2230 to 2400 hours. And you, Walker, will take 2400 hours to 2530.
No, sir. It's 1:30, you see. Start again when you get to 2400.
All right, 1:30.
We're only trying to explain it.
Yes, all right. Well, you're the first on, Godfrey.
Yes, go on, Godfrey.
Go on,
Go on,
out you go.
Go on outside. Go on.
Now, about some food. I'm starving. Where's the food, Pike?
I left it in the boat.
Well, go get it, you stupid boy.
I'm going, all right.
Oh, who's having the hammock?
I am. We're taking it in turns.
Oh, yes, sir. Nothing like the hammock, sir. It's all cosy and wraps itself right round you, sir.
Yes.
You know, in Nelson's days, when the sailors came into port, they used to take their wives aboard. See, that stopped them getting restless, you see, sir. But the trouble was, you didn't know who was in what hammock. So you used to hang a leg over the side. And when the coxswain come in this morning, he used to run his hand up their legs to see if it was a man's leg or a woman's leg. Hence the saying, show a leg.
Oh, there you are, Pike. Put the food on the table. Can't wait to get my teeth into one of your sausages, Jones.
I done them just as you like them, sir. All brown and crispy on the outside and nice and pink in the middle. Very tasty. Very sweet.
Well, don't stand there, boy. I said put the food on the table.
I can't put the food on the table, Mr. Mannering, because I haven't got it.
You mean Shales left it behind?
Hold on, no, sir. I brought it with me, all right. The food's in the boat. There was just one snag.
What's that?
The boat's gone.
All that lovely grub.
You didn't tie the boat up?
Of course I tied it up. There were two cables there, one big thick electric one and a thin one. I tied it to the thin one.
Why did you do that?
Well, I didn't want to touch the thick one, did I? I might get electricified.
Stupid boat. I expect you tied it to the telephone cable. Just as I thought. Dead as a doornail. We're marooned, completely cut off. No boat, no telephone, and no food.
Unfortunately, I still have some acid drops.
Sorry, Mr. Mannering. Sorry, Joe. I'm sorry, Mr. Jones. I'm very sorry, Mr. Fraser. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't... Well, I didn't...
Sorry, Mr. Godfrey.
What about?
Get back on duty, Godfrey.
Sir, I've got an idea. Listen, why don't we signal to the shore for help?
Yes, sir. Flash a light.
Ah, now that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Hand me the torch, Wilson.
Well, I didn't bring a torch, sir.
You didn't bring a torch?
Well, no, nobody suggested that I should bring a torch with me, sir.
I distinctly remember telling you to bring a torch. And I told you to get 2 spare number 8 batteries when you were changing our library.
Sir, I've got another idea. Listen, why don't we open and shut the window, this one, and then they'll see the light from the shore?
Ah, yes, excellent. You've not heard the last of this, Wilson.
Mr. Speaker,
yes.
I'd like to be volunteer to open and shut the window so they can see the light from the shore.
No, I think Sergeant Wilson had better do this. Come over here, Sergeant.
All right, come.
Now, we're going to do this in Morse code.
Well, I don't know anything about Morse code for a start.
Naturally. Now, you were in the Navy, Fraser. You understand the Morse code. How do you spell help?
Mr. Man. H-E-L-P.
He doesn't know anything about it. He was only a cook.
What do you mean only a cook? I tell you, at the battle of Japan.
Yeah, all right, that'll do.
I know Morse code, sir. You want SOS.
Ah.
You go dot, 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 dash, dash, dash.
Stop, stop, stop. Right. Stand by the window.
That's all very well, sir, but how can you do dots and dashes with a window?
Oh, haven't you any imagination at all, Wilson? You open and shut the door at varying speeds.
Oh, I see what you mean, sir. I'm so sorry. Yes, of course, yes.
What was it again?
It's 3 dots, 3 dashes, and 3 dots. You see, you go. Tick, tick, tick. Da, da, da. Tick, tick, tick.
I see. You got that?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you heard what he said. Go on,
right,
get on.
All right. Here we go. All right. Sit. Sit.
No, Mr. Wilson. You've done a dar instead of a ditch. See, you're ditting when you should be darring.
Well, I can't help it. You see, it's broken. This thing's broken.
Get out of the way.
All right, well, you
I'll do
Well,
this.
let the officer do it.
Right.
Bit chilly tonight. You're right. Still, you all right with that new uniform of yours?
Not bad, is it? I only got it this afternoon.
Yeah, it's not fair, you know. Why should you have one and not me?
Look, mate, I waited a whole year for this uniform, so don't come it.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but yeah. Look.
There's a light flashing over there. Look,
Oh, yeah.
Look, the end of the pier.
Here.
There he goes again.
That must be old man and his mob. They're out there on guard tonight.
The Home Guard.
Yeah.
Mannering.
Yeah, exactly.
I might have guessed.
Well,
I've got to get out there.
Yeah, but...
I've got to get out there, haven't I?
Yeah, I know, but
He's done it on me, hasn't he? Look,
Yeah, but-
a boat. I've got to get a boat. We're going to
Listen, no, you'll never get there with all these little paddle boats, only for kids.
Look, I've got to get out there, haven't I?
I know,
it's
but-
Mannering. He's persecuting me.
Come on. I'll give you a hand, mate. Come on.
You get out. Come on. I don't care. I've got to get it out.
Hey, sir! They spotted us from ashore, look. There's an object coming out of the waters.
Oh, good. Won't be long now.
That's funny. I wonder what it is. Can I be making a lot of splashing?
Hey! Put that line out! Put that
Oh, that's funny. It's disappeared.
Disappeared? It can't have. Can you see anything, Wilson?
Not a thing. It's really rather eerie, isn't it?
I was making such a noise a minute ago.
Mr. Speaker, perhaps it's a secret weapon.
Don't be daft, Jonesy. It's coming from ashore, isn't it? I mean, if it was a secret weapon, it wouldn't be coming at us from our own side, would it?
Well, perhaps that's the secret. What's that noise?
Mr. Mannering?
Yes?
Come up here quick. There's a thing coming up the ladder. Please, may I shoot it?
Certainly not. Leave it to me. As quiet as you can, everyone.
You stupid load of hooligans!
If I had my way, we would never...
My uniform! You ruined my new uniform. I only got it this afternoon.
Oh, do leave it. What's the matter? What are you grumbling at? I gave you my bottle of whiskey, didn't I?
Stop making such a fuss of him.
Oh, don't upset him, so you see. He's the best birder we've got on the cricket side.
That's right.
All right, now gather round, men. I'm very sorry about the food. We just have to make the best of a bad job. Try and stick it out till morning. You better go and see how Godfrey's getting on outside, Walker.
Sir?
Mr. Mannering? Come over here. Come on. Look at this. It's full of chocolate.
I say, that's a lucky stroke. What are you doing, sir? What are you doing?
Well, I was going to break the glass in so that we could get the chocolates out, you see.
Break the glass?
Yes.
You lost your senses?
No.
We're not savages, you know. We're a well-trained British army of sportsmen. We're not Nazis. That's the sort of thing that they'd do. We're going to get that chocolate. We're going to get it by fair means. I want somebody to volunteer to use that crane.
I'd like to volunteer to do the control.
Right, you are, Corporal.
Right, thank you, sir.
I shall navigate.
Yep.
Now, you're going to need some pennies. Oh, dear. I haven't got any. What about you, Sergeant?
Well, I know I haven't got any, sir.
I haven't got any either.
I got a penny.
One isn't going to be much use to us, is it? What about you, Fraser?
You think so?
You got any pennies?
Oh, I have, thank you, sir.
Well, hand them over!
Pennies, my...
Come on. It's for the good of the platoon. Right. Stand by, John.
Standing by, sir.
Left a little.
Left a little, sir.
Over to the right.
Over the right, sir.
Bit further to right.
Bit further right, Captain.
Right. Start lowering.
Lowering, sir.
Lowering away.
Lowering away, sir.
Right.
Right,
Little
sir.
bit to the right.
Little bit right, sir.
There we go.
Right, sir. Right up.
Here we go.
Right up. We'll get this up. Right up. Right up. He's coming. He's coming. He's got it. He's got it, sir. He's got it.
Let me have a try, come on.
No.
No, that's my pennies, aren't they? Come on.
That's not fair, sir. I was controlling that,
Yeah,
sir.
all right. Right, go on, Fraser. Left a little. Left a little further.
Listen, I can manage this thing all by myself. I don't want any interference, you understand? No interference.
As the days go slowly by.
Well, that's the last of the pennies.
Oh, no, not 1 and 6 gone, 18 pennies, 36
All right, don't make such a fuss about it.
But no, it wasn't your money, was it?
That'll do.
Sir, Godfrey was asleep on duty, so I shot him.
Good.
All right, what's going on here, then?
We're trying to get the chocolate out of that machine, Joe.
Oh, is that all? Here, hang on, stand back, come here. Yeah, that's it, right. Hang on. There we go, cop hold of that.
Can't do that. Steal it.
They put 1 and 6 into the machine after there is a war on.
Oh, perfectly right. All right, you take the first one. It was your money, Fraser.
Oh, thank you, sir.
sir.
Right, hand them round. Here we go.
What about me, then?
Chuck in, men. Think some of this chocolate must be 2 years old. What's it like, Fraser?
No, not bad. It's hard, maybe, but not bad, not at all bad.
Sir, this chocolate's all dummies, look. It's cardboard.
Mine's all right.
Oh, sweet mystery of life
How dare you keep everybody awake like this? Shut up and go to sleep.
Don't you tell me to shut up!
That's so excitable, for heaven's sake. Now, don't upset him, sir. He's the best bird we've got in the cricket 11. Now, please. Now, walk.
Get him into the hammock. Keep him covered up.
Get in there.
Close the rest up.
The trouble is, nobody loves me.
Oh, we do want you.
Just because I tell everybody to put their light out. I say put their light out. And put their light out.
What a very nasty little scene, sir.
What do you expect from a tradesman?
No moon tonight.
Johnny, the tide's coming up a bit high. Johnny, what's that? I don't like the look of that thing. It's a big black round thing. What's that? Mr. Mandarin. Mr. Mandarin.
Carefully does it, Mavis.
Mandarin. Yes, Mandarin.
Oh, yes. Jess Jones, what is it?
Permission to wake you up, sir.
What time is it?
It's 6:45 hours, sir.
What's the matter?
Sir, there's something under the pier I do not like the look of. I wonder if you'd be good enough to follow me, sir, and I'll show you. Come this way, sir. Over here, sir. Oh. Yes, that's right, so it's down there. Now look, you look down between these boards.
For practical jokes at this time in the morning, Jones.
No, sir. It wasn't one of those, sir. Look down there, sir. Look, sir. What's that big black thing down there, sir?
Good heavens. Can't be. It is.
What, sir?
It's a mine. Right. Come on, quickly. No time to lose. Follow me.
Right, sir.
Grab a boat, hook on your way up.
Right, sir. Yes, sir.
Wake the rest of the men up.
Right, sir. Don't panic! Don't panic! There's a mine under the pier! Don't panic! Get boat hooks and... Come on, show a leg, show a leg! Come on, follow me! Don't panic!
Right, men. Follow me quickly. Now, what are we going to do, Jones? Fend it off these girders. Otherwise, we'll all be blown sky high.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Push it off! Push it off!
I'm trying to, but the pole's too short.
Oh, come out of the way. Quickly, it's coming round this other way.
Hey, oh, come on, Al. What are you doing? What do you think you're doing? What do you think you're doing?
Trying to stop this bomb from exploding.
Look, this is an ARP matter and I'm in charge.
Don't get out.
Come on, give me that. Give me that.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
It's following him.
It's a magnetic mine. It's his tin hat that's doing it.
Get it off! Get it off!
Take your helmet off!
Look, sir. It's drifting out to sea.
Quick, up on deck. We've got to blow that thing up before it does any damage.
Hey, give us a hand up! Hey, wait for me!
Fraser, you take the Lewis gun. The rest of you, take aim.
Good.
And in your own time, fire.
Look, sir! It's drifting towards the shore!
Stop talking, go on firing.
Sir, it's going towards the Novelty Rock Emporium.
Keep firing.
Now we run to the van, sir.
Stand.
Can't you even hit that?
Now look, I've had about enough of you. Clear out.
Stand well back.
By Jove, Wilson, you were right. He is a good bowler.
Does even better.
Really?
kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21. But he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Thank you very much, madam. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Thank you.
Morning, Mrs. Binns.
Morning.
Everything all right?
Yes, thank you.
Good, good.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. The correct way to address a customer is good morning, madam. Not bye-bye. What are all these slips doing here? Gather them all up. Come on. And how many times have I had to tell you to put these rubber stamps
I was just
in the
going
rack?
to do that. Just going to
This
do
counter's a disgrace. I've never seen anything like this in my life. Anybody from head office came down here and saw it, they'd have a fit.
Yes.
I run a tidy bank here, Pike. Don't you forget that.
Yes, sir. Good morning, madam. Good morning. Good morning, madam. Good morning, madam.
Morning, Pikey.
Good morning, madam. Good morning, Mr. Jones.
There we are, Pikey. I say, business as usual, eh? That's a ticket. Take more than a few jerry bombs to put Mr. Manrin's bout out of action.
Yeah, but we're trying to tidy up as quick as possible.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's the soldier's most important order. When on active service, be tidy. I never forget when I was in the Sudan, we used to wear sort of little kit bags just here, you know, and some of the blokes, they had odds and ends dangling out. General Kitchener, he couldn't abide that. He could not stand things dangling out. He got us on parade one day. He said, "Now listen, boys, I will not stand for things dangling. No. Remember, a tidy mind is a tidy behind." He said, "Don't be scruffy like the Fuzzy Wuzzies." That was a bit unkind of him because them Fuzzy Wuzzies, they never had no kit bags. Come to think of it, they didn't have any kit. I'll tell you what they did have, though. They had just had a little bit of cloth or rag dangling just like that down there, and then they had another little bit of cloth just dangling like that there. They had very untidy behinds, them Fuzzy Wuzzies. Morning, Wilson.
Morning, Georgie. Have you got a paper clip here, please, I could have, Frank?
I've just tidied those up, Hungerlass.
All right. I only want one.
That was a really.
Come in. I said come in.
I'm terribly sorry, sir. The door's stuck. It won't open. I'm sorry, sir, but it seems to have gone out of tune.
Yes. All it needs is a shoulder to it, a bit of effort. You know your trouble, don't you? You're getting flabby. Now get out of the way.
Right, right.
Perfectly simple, you see. All it needed was a bit of beef.
I see, sir. Right. Thank you very much.
Well, come in.
I'm sorry, sir. It's still stuck.
Come round the side.
All right, all right. Well, sir, I think I brought all the papers that you wanted to see. There they are.
Oh, yes, thank you. Yes, I want to have a good look at these.
It's awfully wet in here, isn't it?
Yes. This tarpaulin's full of water from last night's rain.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
But don't poke it! Don't poke it! You're going to make it worse.
Sorry, sir. So sorry. I beg your pardon.
Why can't you leave things alone, Wilson? How can I work with water dripping all over the place like this? Oh. Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
So sorry, sir. I beg your pardon.
And shut that window.
Right, sir. Right, yes. There we are, sir. Now, sir, is that better?
No, it isn't.
Well, I don't know why you should put up with all this, so why don't you go down to the stock room? I mean, that hasn't been damaged at all.
Go down to the stock room?
Yes, why not, sir?
Wilson.
Yes, sir.
You see that chair?
Yeah, yes, I do, sir. Yes,
Well, that's
yes.
my chair. the manager's chair.
Yes.
This is my desk, the manager's desk.
Yes.
My office, the manager's office.
Yes.
I wasn't made manager overnight, you know. It was a long, hard struggle. Right, sir. Office boy, clerk, assistant chief clerk, assistant manager, and finally, manager. It's taken me 25 years to get this office, and there's no redneck, beer-swilling foreigner going to throw me out of it. What do you think of that?
Well, can I come under your umbrella for a moment?
No, you can't. There's only room for one.
It's getting awfully damp here.
Well, it's your fault, isn't it? You shouldn't go about poking things. Now, let's get on with the work.
Right, sir, right, sir.
I'll tell you another thing about the Fuzzy Wuzzy's pocket.
Look, I'm
During
sorry,
the
Mr. Jones. I'm sorry.
Yeah?
I've got an awful lot of work to do.
Yeah.
And Mr. Mannering is in an awful mood this morning.
Yeah.
Have you got any more money to pay in?
I'll say I have. £500.
£500?
Yes, you see, all us local shopkeepers, we've had a bit of a collection for the new serviceman's canteen here in Mormington, you see. And yesterday, the chairman, Dick Billings, he come round with the final amount, £500, to my shop.
Why, to give it to you?
Well, I'm the treasurer. I'm going to pay it into my account, and in the morning I shall write out a cheque. I shall go round to the mayor, and I shall hand him the cheque personally.
Why'd you wrap it up like this?
Well, it's £500. That's a lot of money. I don't want to get knocked on the head and robbed, do I? And I thought if I wrapped it up like that, people might think it's just half a pound of sausages.
Yeah. It is half a pound of sausages.
Do try and hold that umbrella still, will you? I'm getting soaked here.
Yes, well, I'm not exactly dry myself, sir.
Mr. Mannering, come quick, Mr. Mannering, come on.
What are you doing? How dare you burst into here like that?
It's an emergency, Mr. Mannering. Don't...
Quiet! And how dare you come through the wall like that? I've told you once and I'll tell you again. I will not have my staff walking through that wall. Now get out and come in again properly. Go on.
Yes, sir.
Come in.
Sorry, Mr. Mannering, but
What are you doing?
it's unlucky to open an umbrella indoors.
Don't be stupid. What do you want?
Oh, Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones is outside, lying on the floor. He's fainted.
All right, I'll deal with it. Fainted? Leave that to me. I'll do that. I'll do that.
All right, sir, right.
Go around the side.
Right.
Oh, dear.
All right.
Help me get him up.
All right, Jonesy, all right. You'll be all right. Come on. You'll be all right. Come on, up you get. There you are. Come on, now.
All right.
Where am I?
All right.
You'll be all right. Turn around.
All right. That's it. That's it.
Whatever happened?
Oh, dear. Oh, I lost £500. I lost £500. Now I'll put it somewhere. I know.
What's he talking about, Pike?
Well, he came in to pay him £500. It turned into half a pound of sausages.
It's awful, Mr. Manning. It's awful.
All right, Jonesy, all right. Just try and keep calm and try and tell us exactly what happened.
Well, I had the £500 for the canteen, and it wasn't.
Wasn't what?
There. It was half a pound of sausages.
Well, what did you do with them?
Well, I had it in my shop yesterday, wrapped up in newspaper.
Yes, well, you see, you must have picked up the wrong packet.
Yes, that's what it is. You'll find it in your shop. Now, you go back to your shop and look for it, and I'll see you on parade tonight. All right?
Right, you're quite right, Mr. Manning. Thank you very much. You've always been my maternal support. I'll find it somewhere.
Of course you will.
I know I put it somewhere.
Yes, of course you did.
I'll find it, Will.
All right, Jonesy, all
What shall I do with these, Mr. Mannering?
Oh, I'll take charge of those.
Money is the root of all evil. Money is the
Poor old Jonesy, he's in a terrible state. I mean, he's been in my shop about 25 times. All day long, in, out. Turned my warehouse upside down.
I can't understand why he thinks he left it in your place.
I told him. I said, look, Jonesy, you can't have left it here. You haven't been in for weeks. Didn't take no notice, though. He kept ferreting around and mumbling, I've left it somewhere. I can't make it out.
I can. The man's gone potty. I've seen this coming on for weeks. Jones is senile, and the shock of losing this money, it's tilted his brain. Oh, he's no longer capable of carrying on his duties as corporal. Mind you, Question is, who's going to take his place, eh? Well, I'm next in line. I'm going to see Captain Mannering now.
Oh, really, I do think you're being very heartless, Mr. Fraser.
Yeah, come off it, Taffy. That is a bit strong.
I'm just being practical. There's a war to be fought. You can't stoke just for mental casualties.
Oh, hello, Pikey. Has Jonesy got his money back yet?
Not as far as I know. Been in and out the bank all day. He's been going backwards and forwards, doing his shop in the bank, looking in the road, nearly got run over twice.
Hello. Walker, has Jonesy arrived yet?
No, not yet.
Oh, Lord. I do hope he's all right. Oh, dear. Well, anyway, would you all mind falling? 3 racks, please. Just as quickly as you can. Thank you so much. In 3 nice, neat lines. That'll be absolutely lovely. Thank you so much. Come on, soon. Probably it is. 2 and 10. Shut. Stand at ease. That's very good. Where's Jones? I've no idea, sir. Oh, well, we just have to carry on without him. Stand easy. Now, pay attention. Private Sponge, I want you to take charge of number 2 section, will you?
Sir.
Come along, Jones, you're late.
Yes, I'm sorry, sir. Not under there. Not there. No, it wouldn't be in there. I know it wouldn't be in there. I know
Did you
where
get
it might
that,
be.
Private
It
Sponge?
might
Yes,
be
sir.
up there. I remember coming up here once.
Jones! Corporal!
Yes.
Hurry up and
It's
fall.
not up here, sir. It's not up here, but...
Fall in, quickly.
I know I put it somewhere, sir. Just now I put it somewhere. I
Now,
put it somewhere. You
on
know.
the command fallout,
I
I want
put it somewhere.
Corporal,
I've
Corporal,
got-
will you please pay attention?
I'm sorry, sir. I'm not feeling myself today.
What's he talking about? He's been feeling himself ever since he came in.
Now, on the command fallout, I want numbers 2 and 3 sections to go out on patrol, and number 1 section will stay here and gather round me. Right? Fallout!
I'd like to apologise for my behaviour, sir. I've had a terrible day, sir. Ever since I lost that money, I'm all to pieces. I'm not good for anything.
Precisely. May I remind you, Captain Mannering, that I am next in line for his stripe.
All right, that'll do, Fraser.
Listen, sir, can't we do something to help Jonesy?
Get some chairs, will you, and bring them round here.
Right.
Now, Jones, before we go any further, we've got to try and get you to remember what you did with that money.
Yes, sir. Oh, thank you very much indeed, sir. Thank you. You've been awfully good. You bring a warm glow of comfort to my heart, sir.
All right, Jonesy, all right. You see, your problem is our problem.
Yes. We'd be like the 3 Musketeers. 1 for 1, 2 together. United we fall and we stand divided upright. I'm sorry, Mr. Manning. Godfrey.
All right, now pay attention. It's perfectly simple. What we have to do is to try and get Jones to remember where he put that money.
Yeah.
Now, Jones.
Permission to speak, sir?
Yeah.
If I could remember where I'd put it in the first place, I wouldn't have lost it in the second place. and I wouldn't have been running about all day trying to remember where I put it in the first place or the second place. And my mind's a blank. My mind is a blank.
Can we discuss the question of the stripe now, sir?
Sit down and be quiet, Fraser.
Miss Mannering, I think I know how we can make him remember. I saw him do it once in that film, you know, Man in the Shadows, with Walter Abel and Joan Blondell.
Yes, that's right. That's right, Frank. We saw it together, didn't we? It was very good indeed. Yes, sir. Yes, that's right. At the beginning of the film, Walter Abel was sitting on a bench in the park in the middle of the night.
Yes,
Wasn't
that's
that it?
right, yes. And while he was sitting there muttering, I can't remember, and he was feeling all through his pockets, just like Mr. Jones was when he came in.
That's right, yes. I remember I saw that film with my sister Dolly, but she made me take her out before the end. She thought it was rather near. Oh.
Anyway, while he was sitting there, Joan Blondell walked by.
What was she doing in the park in the middle of the night?
Going for a walk. I like Joan Blondell. She's nice, isn't she?
If she was in the park at that time of night, she can't have been all that nice.
Don't you say anything against Joan Blondell. She's my favourite.
Pike!
Sir?
Come to the point.
Yes, sir. Well, she sat down and talked to him.
That's right, Frank, that's right. Then she made him go through everything that had happened to him during the previous 24 hours in order that he, she might be able to make him remember.
Remember what?
I can't remember.
Before you started all this film rubbish, I was just about to suggest that.
Oh, were you really, sir? Really, were you? Fancy that.
Okay, Jones. Sir. I want you to try and tell us, calmly and logically, everything that happened from the first moment you received that money.
Yes, sir. I will try.
And don't let your brain go off at a tangent.
No, sir. I won't let my brains get in a wangle, no, sir.
All right, now start. And keep calm.
Yes, sir. Keep calm, sir. Well, Mr. Dick Billings come round to my shop with the money just before I was going to close it, and it was in £5 notes.
And what did you do with it?
I wrapped it up in newspaper, and I took it home, and when I went to bed, I put it under my pillow.
And what happened the next morning?
I woke up. Then I got out of bed.
Which side did you get up?
Left side.
How do you know it wasn't the right side?
Well, because my bed's up against the wall. Look here, Joe. I'm trying to keep calm, Mr.
Yes,
Manning.
all right, Jones.
Trying to keep calm. Anyway, then I had a little wash, and I got dressed, and I went downstairs, and then I came upstairs again.
Why did you do that?
Well, I wanted to get the money from underneath the pillow. Look here, Mr. Wilson, I'm trying to keep calm. I am keeping calm. I'm trying to keep calm.
Yes, all right. Yes, you're doing very well indeed, Joe. Do be quiet, Wilson.
I'm sorry, I'm only trying to help.
Well, don't do
all right,
that.
all right,
Don't do
all
that
right.
sort of thing. All right, carry on.
And then I went across the road to my shop, and I got the £500, and I went in the shop, and I wrapped the previous day's takings up in some paper, and then I wrote out a bank slip for the day's takings, and then I wrote out a further bank slip for the £500. And then I said to young Raymond, first of all, I put the two things carefully in this little carrier bag that I got. Then I noticed Raymond. I said, Raymond, look, after the shop, I'm going round to the bank. I think it's beginning to work, Mr. Mannering.
Yes, well, that's because you're thinking calmly and logically, you see.
Yes. I'm very calm. And then I went across the road to the bank, and young Piker was there. And I said, good morning, young Piker. And I gave him the takings.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. Mannering.
And what happened then?
Well, I remember now. And I'm keeping calm. And I gave him the packet with the £500 in, and it wasn't there.
No. Changed into half a pound of sausages.
That's right. I lost it! I lost the £500! I remember where I put it. I know I remember where I put it. I know I will.
Yeah, Jonesy.
No.
Don't do that, you silly old duffer.
Oh, sorry, Joe.
I've only brought you a cup of char.
Oh, thanks very much. I'm sorry about that, Joe. Here, Joe. You haven't got a cigarette, have you?
Well, you've had 2 packets already.
Oh, sorry, Joe. I'm sorry about that. I just can't help it.
You look terrible.
I feel terrible. I'm ruined, Joe. I'm ruined. I'd give anything to remember where I put that money.
Hey, don't do that, Taffy.
Did he
You
say...
get me heart attack.
Did he say anything?
Yes, I'd try anything, Jock.
Good. Now. Come closer. When I was sailing the China Seas, I studied the art of hypnosis.
Don't be daft, Taffy.
It's true, man. I've hypnotized many men in my time, and I have uncovered some dark and terrible secrets. It can't fail, but I must have your cooperation.
Well, if it's going to help me remember where I put the money, you have my permission to sterilize me.
Now, clasp your hands together.
Yeah.
Put them on top of your head like that. Now, watch closely. You are going to sleep. You are going to sleep. You are going to sleep. You can hear nothing but my voice. You can hear nothing but my voice. What can you hear?
I can hear nothing but your voice.
Little Sir Echo, how do you do? Hello.
Shut up, Joe. I'm trying to be hypnotised.
Wake up, Your Reverence! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Who is it?
Oh.
Oh, it's you, Verger. Oh, you are a beastly nuisance. How dare you come in here? How dare you come in here like this and wake me up?
Your Reverence, you must come at once and exercise.
If you take a leave of your senses, Mr. Yateman, I'm not going to start running about at this time of night.
Well, you don't understand, sir. There's a horrible black mass in the church hall.
Horrible black mass of what?
No, the Scotsman. The Scotsman is carrying out pagan rites on church property. Oh, the blasphemy. You must come at once and exercise it.
If you're being silly, Mr. Yateman, I shall get very cross.
Are you asleep? Tell me everything that happened.
Well, when Mr. Billings come round with the money, wrapped it up in newspaper. On the counter was a large chicken. A chicken! I was taking the chicken to young Raymond and telling him to take it round to Mr. Blewett.
Blimey, it's working.
Wait. Go on. What happened then?
Just as Raymond picked the chicken up, I said, wait a minute, you've forgotten the giblets. So I picked the giblets up and stuck them in the chicken. But it wasn't the giblets I picked up, it was the £500. Wake up! I stuffed them in the chicken. I stuffed them in the chicken. Mr. Mandarin! What? I stuffed the money in the chicken. I stuffed the money in the chicken.
The money in the chicken? What's he talking?
Wake up, everybody! Wake up, everybody! Wake up, everybody! Wake up!
What on earth is going on here?
I stuffed it!
What?
The chicken!
You hear that, Your Reverence? A chicken! They always use chickens for black rites. Oh, we've arrived just in time to stop something very nasty from happening.
Here goes with your
Excuse me, sir. You can't just wake up somebody in the middle of the night and ask to examine their chicken.
This is an emergency, Wilson. I'm going to get to the bottom of this once and for all.
All right, sir.
I want to thank you, Mr. Mandarin, for all you've done for me. And I want you to remember that the next chicken I get in my shop, it's for you.
Can my mum have a chicken as well?
My sister Dolly'd like one too.
Wait a minute. I'm not made of chickens.
Mr. Mandarin, why don't they answer the door?
Look, Mr. Mandarin, whatever happens, don't let him know why we want to look inside his chicken. I don't want the townspeople to know I lost the money. They might lose confidence in me.
Who is it?
It's me, Captain Mannering.
Have the Germans landed?
No, but I must speak to you urgently. Will you open the door, please? I understand you had a chicken delivered here yesterday.
Yes, that's right.
Have you eaten it yet?
No, and you can't have it back if that's what you want.
Actually, we want to examine it.
Have you got a search warrant?
I don't need a search warrant. In the name of the king, I demand to examine your chicken.
Well, what's the king got to do with it?
It's the defense of the realm. Can we come in, please?
No, you can't. You're not coming into my house in your hobnail boots. You wake my wife up. Oh, all right. I'll bring the chicken out.
Do you really think he'll let you look inside his chicken?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm a very shrewd judge in these matters.
Well, there you are. There's the chicken. Now, take a good look at it and let me get back to bed.
Very nice-looking chicken, isn't it?
Yes, really awfully nice, yes, lovely.
Actually, you see, it isn't the outside that we want to examine, it's the inside.
Well, what do you want to look inside for?
Well...
About the money.
No. We, You see, we're rather under the impression that the contents of that chicken would provide a canteen for 500 servicemen.
You must be balmy. Well, the only way you could do that would be make soup out of it.
No, you don't understand.
And even then it'd be very watery soup and you'd only get an egg cupful each.
Look, I must examine this chicken. It's a matter of life and death. Right. Hold it, Wilson.
Right, sir, right.
But my wife's only just stuffed it.
Well, I think we shall have to unstuff it.
It's still all sewn up, you see, sir.
Yes, cut it open with a bayonet.
God.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
Walker, Pike, bring your torches along. See what we're doing.
I'm not very happy about this.
Don't you worry, Mr. Blewett, don't you worry. We'll have it back exactly in the same way that we found it.
Put those lights out!
What's going on here?
Well, you may well ask. They knocked me up at 2:30 in the morning, want to take the stuffing out of my chicken and say it's for the king.
You've gone out of your mind, Mannering.
Oh, just clear off, will you? This is a military matter.
Don't you tell me to clear off, mate.
Go on, Hal.
It's open, Mr. Manring.
Right. Hold on. Put your hands out, everybody.
Hey, you'll get bits all over that. I don't want a lot of fluff mixed up with my stuffing.
You don't worry. It's best quality army issue gloves. Look, what's he doing with a great big chicken like that anyway? I don't get any chickens.
Look here, if you must know, that's Mr. Blewett's golden anniversary, and I had it sent round to him special. Have you found it, Mr. Manring?
That torch. I'm afraid it's empty, Jones.
What? Oh, no. I'm ruined. I'm ruined.
Oh. Well, don't all look at me. It's not my fault.
Come on, get it back. Sorry we disturbed you, Mr. Blewett. My compliments to your wife. Tell her she stuffed it beautifully.
Mr. Manring?
Yes?
Could I have my glove back, please?
You stupid boy.
We really are most dreadfully sorry, Jonesy.
Yes, believe me, Jones, if there was any way in which I could help you, I wouldn't hesitate.
You could always lend him the money, Mr. Manring.
Be quiet.
Well, I just have to do the honourable thing, that's all. I've only got half an hour before I have to go round the town hall and present the cheque to the mayor. So I just have to write out the £500 of my own money. That's my life savings, that is. Still, death before dishonour.
Ah, there you are, Mr. Jones. I've been looking for you everywhere.
I know what you're going to say, Mr. Billings, but don't you worry. I'm going to make it up out of my own money.
I don't know what you mean. No, I'm talking about the £0.5 of sausages you served me with the other night. The wife went to fry 'em, and this is what she found.
Good Lord! It's the money! It's the money! We got the money! Oh, the apples! We got the money! Where's my sausages?
Kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think we're on the run. We are the boys who will stop your little game. We are the boys who will make you think again. 'Cause who do you think you are kidding? Mr. Brown goes off to town on the A21, but he comes home each evening and he's ready with his gun. So who do you think you are kidding, Mr. Hitler, if you think old England's done?
Right, can I call the meeting to order? Yes. Now, I've got you gathered together as a General Purposes Committee to discuss the arrangements for the visit of this Russian chap to Warmington-on-Sea. As town clerk, it's fallen to my lot to find a suitable man to coordinate and mastermind our arrangements. Everyone I've spoken to is of the same opinion. There is one man, and he's sitting here, who's outstandingly suitable to get his teeth into this sort of do. And I'm going to ask him, with your approval, I'm sure, to take the chair. Captain George Mannering.
Town Clerk, ladies and gentlemen.
Look, just a minute. Why should he be chairman? I mean, Russians don't want all that officers and bank managers and all that snobbish rubbish.
Well, from the inquiries I've made around the town, it seemed to me that Captain Mannering was the best choice.
Yeah, well, I don't agree. We want an ordinary bloke. A greengrocer or somebody like that.
Do we know a greengrocer?
Yeah, it's me.
If there's any dissension, I'll gladly stand down.
The simplest thing would be for you to vacate the chair. Then I'll take the chair, and we'll take a vote.
Stand by for a quick game of musical chairs.
Right, all those in favour of Captain Mannering taking the chair, raise their hands.
Aye.
Against? Carried. Captain Mannering will take the chair, which I shall now vacate.
All right. Mr. Town Clerk, ladies and gentlemen.
You said that already.
Order, please. We're assembled here to honour the Russian worker, Vladislav... Well, his name is immaterial, really. What is important is that he is a hero of the Soviet Union. And that doesn't necessarily, of course, mean that he's brave. What it does mean is that he and his team have made 5,723 tanks.
Means he's been very busy.
Precisely. Now, amongst other cities, he will be visiting Warmington-on-Sea. And the question is, what form should the...
Sorry, but I thought the meeting was at 5:30.
Oh, come in and sit down, Wilson. You know, Mr. Wilson, don't you, my chief clerk and sergeant?
I'm sure you said it was 5:30.
I said it was 15:15. You don't listen.
No, but I checked it, Rick.
Yeah, listen. You've missed the best bit.
Did I?
Old Rogers tried to give Mannering the elbow.
Oh, really? I'd like to have seen that.
Now, as I was saying, what form should our welcome take?
Evening, I'm sorry I'm late. Hello. Evening, I've had one of those days, you see. I had a batch of new sausage skins in, and they're a bit too diaphanous.
Sit down, please, Mr. Jones. As I was saying, the question is, what form should the welcome to our Russian visitor take?
I have been given the matter most careful thought, and I am prepared to offer him a voucher worth £10 towards the cost of a funeral.
Well, he won't do him any good unless he pegs out.
That is a risk I've got to take.
Well, it's a good start, I'm sure, but what I had in mind was a rather broader aspect of welcome.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes?
I'm representing the WVS.
Oh, yes.
And, well, I think we should not try to be all British and reserved. I think we should smile a lot.
Yes. Yes, that would be very nice.
Captain Mannering, speaking personally, I'm not altogether sympathetic with the Reds. I don't think we ought to go too far.
Well, as you know, there was a time when I felt the same way about the Bolshes and the like. But I don't think we must be too prejudiced. After all, they can't be all that bad or they wouldn't be on our side.
Well, why don't we give him the freedom of Warmington?
That's
big.
That's a good idea. He can get into the pictures for nothing.
Oh, Frank.
He's only here for a couple of hours.
They can put on a Mickey Mouse or a Donald Duck, can't they?
Will you excuse me a moment? Pike, you're not on this committee. You're here as a messenger. You understand?
Only trying to be helpful.
If I hear another word out of you, I shall make you go into that office and shut the door. I'm sorry about that. I think that was a very good suggestion of Sergeant Wilson's.
Yes.
Now, the question is, what form should the freedom take?
How about a parchment scroll tied up with red ribbon? They're very nice, they are.
Your parchment's a bit difficult to get, but I think I know where I can lay my hands on some.
Well, how about a key?
Ah, better still.
Yeah, well, cardboard or wood, easy. Brass, bit of a problem.
Well, I think we should settle for a wooden one. Some form of ceremony can be arranged, and the mayor will say a few short words of welcome, and I, as the chairman of the committee, will hand over the key.
God, blimey, you got yourself in there quick enough, didn't you?
All right,
So, excuse me, sir, why don't we get the town band to play some Russian music, and then I can dress myself up as a Cossack and do cobblers.
Do what?
Cobblers, so there's a highly difficult kicking and crouching step, you know. They do a lot of cobblers, do Cossacks, you know, sir. I'll show you the steps, I'll show you.
No, there's no need to
No,
please.
it's all right, it's quite easy. I've done a lot of this, you see. They crouch down like that, sir. Then the music goes, oh, the polka, polka, hey, 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 hey,
Is he all right?
I shall have to practice, of course.
Yeah. Sit down, please,
Right,
Joe.
thank you very much.
The Home Guard would parade, of course. I don't know about the wardens. I don't suppose they'd want to bother.
Oh, yes, we will. You're not keeping us out of it.
Yeah, I dare say Sergeant Wilson will give us a demonstration of acrobatic motorcycle riding.
That's a little joke against Sergeant Wilson. We have a motorcycle in the platoon, but so far we haven't been able to persuade him to mount it.
Music! That's what we need, music. The band can play and the choir can sing the red flag.
I assure you, my choir is not going to sing the red flag.
I quite agree with you, Vicar.
God, blimey, you should have heard what they were singing behind the Scouts Hut last night. Made your hair stand on, then it would.
Oh, sorry, Vicar.
Hey, listen, can't we get them to la-la it?
I think that would be rather silly.
Well, one way and another, things seem to be taking shape. I shall go away now and coordinate all these suggestions, and I'm sure that, as usual, Warmington will rise to the occasion.
And bore everybody stiff.
Fine.
Early bloom again, my lovely Russian.
Now, sorry, Mr. Livings, war or no war, I cannot allow you to issue a cheque for £32. Well, you've only 1 and 4pence in your account. You'd better come in and see me, I think. Yes. Would you? Thank you. Thank you. Ask Mr. Wilson to come in, please.
He's not come back from lunch yet, Mr. Manring.
He's not back from lunch?
No.
It's 2:20. Ask him to come and see me immediately he arrives.
Yes, Mr. Manring. It's the 12 o'clock post, Mr. Manring. Arrived at 2:05. Somebody's playing a joke on Uncle Arthur. Look, the Honourable Arthur Wilson.
Let me see that. The Honourable Arthur Wilson, private.
Does that mean he's not a sergeant anymore?
Private letter, you stupid boy. He knows perfectly well that I don't approve of private mail coming through the bank.
Excuse me. Did I, by any chance, happen to leave my bungee in here?
Your what?
Well, my bungee, you know, that sort of rubbing out thing. What?
Come in, Wilson, will you? I want to talk to you.
I know I left it somewhere.
Will you please tell your friends to keep their practical jokes out of my bank?
Oh, Lord, that wretched solicitor. I told him not to use the title on my letters.
What are you talking about?
Well, it seems to be all over the town now. You were bound to find out sooner or later, I suppose.
a minute, I haven't finished talking to you.
Oh, haven't you? I'm so sorry, but... Yeah.
Are you telling me that this isn't a joke?
No, it certainly isn't. Anything but.
And that you really are the Honourable Arthur Wilson?
Yes, it's rather silly, isn't it?
Leave the office, Pike. Perhaps you'd care to explain.
Yes, well, you see, one of my uncles died without leaving any children, so that meant that my side of the family moved up one place, so to speak, and so therefore I am now the Honourable.
Bless my soul.
Yes, well, I don't really see why it should make any difference to you and me.
You can bet your bottom dollar it won't make any difference to you and me. And if you even think you can roll in here 20 minutes late after lunch, where have you been?
Well, I went up to the golf club and had a bite to eat up there.
The golf club?
Yes.
Who took you?
Well, I'm a member.
You're a member since when?
Yes, well, you see, when the committee heard about this title thing, they asked me if I would, you know, like to join.
I've been trying for years to get in there.
I believe they're awfully particular.
You don't even play.
Well, no, I shall enjoy the food, though. Do you know they managed to find me some smoked salmon up there today for lunch?
Smoked salmon at the golf club? Do you know what I had for lunch?
No.
I had a snook fish cake at the British restaurant. The Honourable Arthur Wilson, eh? You know, being a member of the aristocracy explains quite a lot about your character.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. They're an ambling, muddle-headed lot.
Oh, surely.
Hello.
Mum, you mustn't go in there, busy. Oh, Arthur, is it true? You're honourable?
Now, Mavis, please, please.
Oh, Frank just telephoned me. I knew you could do it, Arthur. Oh!
Mavis,
Pike!
Please.
How dare you use the bank telephone for an improper use?
Yes, sorry.
Arthur, does it mean that you'll wear one of those uniforms with velvet knee breeches?
Oh, Mavis, now don't fuss, please.
Mrs. Pike, will you kindly leave my office?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Mannering, but I just had to touch that noble face. Arthur?
Yes?
It won't make any difference, will
No,
it?
of course not, Mavis. Now, will you please go home now? Go on, both of you. Off you go.
Won't make any difference to what?
I'm awfully sorry about that, sir.
Oh, don't apologise. And you're absolutely right. It won't make any difference.
No.
I'm still the manager and you're the chief clerk.
Right, sir.
I'm still the officer and you are still the sergeant, right? So put your socks up and get about your business in the
That's
bank.
all right, sir. Very well. Thank you.
What do you want, Pike?
Oh, so, the area manager on the telephone. He's been hanging on quite a while, but I couldn't put him through because you're talking to the Honourable Arthur Wilson.
Hello? Yes, I'm sorry to have kept you waiting. I was in conference with my chief clerk. Yes, that's right, Wilson. Well, as a matter of fact, it's the Honourable Arthur Wilson. Well, I pick my staff very carefully, you know.
When I was a regular soldier, we had lots of officers who was honourable, you know. At least they was called honourable. They used to stand there in an haughty manner, as if they got a smell under their noses. I'll tell you one thing, they was very good at keeping their stiff upper lips. Do you know, we had a young officer in the Battle of Omdurman. He had his head blown right off, and his upper lip was as stiff as cardboard.
Hasn't changed a bit, you know. Still calls me Frank, just like he was an ordinary common person.
It won't change him. He was a fool before and he's a fool now.
You know, I used to serve one or two honourables when I was in the Army and Navy stores. They were quite ordinary people, just like any other customer. The only difference was you couldn't get the money.
Fall in, Corporal.
What's that? Come on, fall in like the officer said.
Go on, quick as you can.
Look sharp about it, quick as you can. Come on, talk a bit. For Mr. Speaker,
Yes?
would you set a small technical discussion, sir?
What's that, Jones?
Well, sir, are we to call the sergeant the Honourable Sergeant Wilson or Sergeant the Honourable Wilson?
I don't want any fuss. I just want to be like an ordinary sergeant.
I'm sure that would suit us all, Wilson.
Mandarin? Yes? Please, may I have the turn with the motorcycle before the ceremony, please, instead of Uncle Sergeant the Honourable Arthur?
Certainly not.
Excuse me, sir. I don't mind giving up my turn if Frank wants it.
Prefer a Rolls Royce, would you?
No, no, no.
That motorcycle's for you, and you are going to ride it.
Sir?
Right? Now, I've been doing a little research into the way the Russians show their appreciation. They don't, it seems, cheer, as we do, but apparently they do applaud. And so I think that's what we should do.
Yeah, excuse me, Captain Mannering, but if we're at the present and we start applauding, there's going to be a lot of blue toes in the platoon.
You hardly need to be told that, Walker.
Well, why don't we ground arms, sir? Then we can go on clapping till the cars come home.
I was just about to suggest that.
Yes, that's right, sir. We haven't grounded arms of late, so can we have a practice, then we can all get familiar?
Very good idea. Platoon. Platoon. Hat! Ground arms.
Down to it, please.
Up.
I'm not stuck. I was waiting for him.
My knees have got all asphyxiated, sir.
Applause for the Russian visitor. Begin. Walker. What a football match. Right. Start again. Applause for the Russian visitor. Begin.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Can I have a word with you, Captain Mannering?
Yes, certainly. Carry on, Samuel.
That's right, sir, right.
Good evening, sir.
Hello, how do you do? How awfully nice to see you.
Go through the whole manoeuvre 3 or 4 times.
All right, sir, right, yes.
Now, how can I help you, Mr. Town Clerk?
Now, I hope you won't take this amiss, but we feel that since Mr. Wilson came into a title, and there aren't any other title people in Warmington, well, we feel that the Honourable Arthur ought to present the key.
Oh, no. No, I couldn't possibly allow that.
The mayor said he hoped you wouldn't take it the wrong way.
You can tell the mayor and his corporation that I'm not taking it at all. This interview is now at an end.
Oh, I see. Well, if that's the way you feel...
I do. Good evening, sir. Damned impertinence.
I'm glad you've come back, sir. I've altered the drill just a little bit. Now, tell me now, what do you think of this? Russians, welcome.
All right. That's enough. All right, Wilson. When I want you to rewrite the drill book, I'll let you know. Now, let us get to the part where I present the key. Answer the phone, Pike, please.
Yes, Mr. Mannering.
Captain Mannering, why are you presenting the key? I think the Honourable there should do it.
I don't agree. I think Captain Mannering does this sort of thing with great dignity.
Well, I think it's always a good thing to have a change.
Well, I look at it this way, sir. Now, although Sergeant Wilson has got 3 stripes on his honourable arm, you've got 3 pips on your common shoulder. And that's one up to you see, sir, because although you're more common than he is, you've got better insignia, sir. And that's the way it should be, because that is the status quo.
You finished? Now listen to me, all of you.
Excuse me, my lord. Can his reverence have an audience with you?
Just a minute. What's going on here?
Well, it's just that I wondered if the Honourable Arthur would agree to being co-opted onto the parochial church council. And also, will he approve a crest for his own private pew?
How dare you come in here when I'm in the middle of a parade?
Mannering, the telephone. Someone from the Civil Defence Authority says it's very urgent.
Take over the parade, will you, Corporal?
Yes,
You
sir.
come with me. I don't trust you out of my sight. And I'll deal with you later.
Really, awfully nice of you to ask me, but you do understand the position,
Wilson.
don't you? It's really rather awkward at the moment, but
Wilson,
I'll do...
Wilson, come with me.
That's right, I'm coming.
Get out of the way, Paul. Mannering here.
Hello, this is Odgies here. Now, listen, Mannering. I represent the Breakaway Committee.
Breakaway from what?
From you, mate. You think you run this town, don't you? Well, we're not having it anymore. We want the Honourable Arthur to present that key to them Russian.
Will you hold on for just a minute? Wilson.
Sir.
Tell this man, once and for all, you are not presenting the key.
Oh, aren't I?
Tell him!
Right. But once and for all, apparently I am not presenting the key.
Good day, Hodges. You've engineered all this, haven't you?
No. Believe me, I wish it had never happened. I mean, I didn't want to join the golf club, but I'm now getting begging letters, and to cap it all, Mrs. Pike wants me to buy a pipe, a tweed hat, and a Labrador. Life just isn't worth living.
Don't give me all that soft soap. You're reveling in it. Who wouldn't? If I had a title, I'd be on the board of the directors of the bank. Not manager of some tin pot branch with a crackpot clerk. And remember Jones's words.
What particular words did you have in mind?
I've got 3 of these, and you've got 3 of those. And I'm going to present that key, and you know what you're going to do? You're going to learn to ride that motorbike, and I'm going to personally supervise it. And I'll tell you when you can smoke.
Skies around the corner.
Here we are. With a full tank very nearly.
Mr. Mannering, if he falls off and breaks his leg, can I have it for a bit, please?
Oh, dear. Why is he taking so long?
He's putting on his protective clothing, sir.
Blimey, Amy Johnson.
All right, get him on.
Come on, Uncle. All right.
Now, you've time for a good hour's spin before you need to get ready for the ceremony.
Well, wouldn't 10 minutes be enough?
Just get on with it.
There you go. Go on, do another one. Do it again. Now remember, Wilsey, you squeeze the clutch with your left hand. Yeah, that's right. Now you kick up with your right foot onto the gear like that. Right. Now you rev up with your right hand. Like that, we're doing this sort of motion. From. And then you release the clutch with your left hand as if you was unsqueezing a lemon.
Sir, do you think I ought to follow on with bicycle with this?
No. Time he learned to fend for himself.
Oh, you silly man!
If you've killed my Uncle Arthur, my mum will never let you hear the end of it.
Well, it's not like him not to telephone or something.
Is everything ready, Captain Mannering?
Oh, yes, of course, yes. Everything will go like clockwork.
I hope I didn't offend you by suggesting that the Honourable Arthur Wilson should do the handing over.
I'm not a vindictive man, Mr. Town Clerk. But where is Wilson? He hasn't finished his motorcycle training yet. Wilson has his good points, but he's not 100% reliable, you know.
Who'll command the platoon while you're performing the ceremony?
Lance Corporal Jones.
Will he be all right?
Oh, yes. First class man.
Oh, that looks like the staff car now.
All right, stand by, everybody! Wait till the car door opens.
Nessus jump.
Brave! Hep!
1, 2, 3, 1.
Clapping and greeting the Russian visitor. Commence. Welcome.
All right. I say, that'll be enough of that. Thank you.
Pray silence for His Worship the Mayor of Warmington-on-Sea.
He promised to be brief.
Mr. Vladislavsky, on behalf of Warmington-on-Sea, welcome.
Города Warmington-on-Sea, мы вас поздравляем.
Mr. Vladislavsky, you and I are comrades in the common struggle, even though we live poles apart.
He would have to mention the Poles, wouldn't he?
We welcome you as a brother in arms. And we have the honor to... Just a moment. It is our honor to present you with this key, which symbolizes the freedom of Warmington-on-Sea.
Вот ключ города от Warmington-on-Sea.
Я представитель рабочих Советского Союза.
I represent the workers of the Soviet Union.
Hear, hear.
Вы сидящие здесь не рабочие.
You who are sitting here are not workers.
Ваши лица мягкие.
You have soft faces.
Ваши руки мягкие.
Your hands are soft.
Вы буржуи среднего класса.
You are bourgeois middle class.
Damn cheek.
Вы относитесь ко мне с почтением.
You are giving me honors.
Лучше вы относитесь своим рабочим с почтением.
You should honor your own workers.
I say, here I say, you don't understand. We want you to have this key, but...
Gdzie człowiek w uniformie,
Here
ni
is a man in a
oficera,
uniform,
ni
not of an
imperialista,
officer, not
a
of
tu
an
ciastu was
imperialist,
rama.
but a slave worker.
I'm so sorry I'm late, sir.
У него рабочий грязь
He
на
has a
руках,
dirt of a work on his hands.
пот на лбу.
He has got a sweat of a work on his brow.
Слава ему!
He should have your honor.
Что это за